Edmonton girl is making a big impact on the internet. 7-year-old Gillian Wiley is a pint-sized environmentalist. With a little help from her dad, Keith, the youngster is making a name for herself on the popular YouTube website after posting an eloquent and sweet speech about protecting the environment by slowing development of the oil sands in northern Alberta.
We have to leave it in the ground and stop the tar sands, but we need to put that money into clean sources of energy. But Kyoto is not enough. I would institute a carbon tax right away and use all the money to help Canadians have energy-efficient homes and better transportation.
The star of that videotape, Gillian, joins us now to talk about the video and its environmental message. Gillian, you sound like a pretty smart little girl. Where did you learn about things like fossil fuels and carbon taxes?
I was reading a script.
Ah, so was this kind of a team-up effort with Dad?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys do it? How did you put the video together?
Well, really, I just stood there and looked at the camera screen.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good for you. Why did you decide to make the video with your dad?
Well, I didn't actually want to. I did it because we had a deal that afterwards, we would be able to work on a castle that I have in the living room.
I see. Okay, so Dad had an important message and he thought it would be kind of neat if you put the message out there. What are people saying? A lot of people have been watching the video. What are people saying to you about it?
They just said, I'll dye your hair blue and things like that. And
because at the end of the video you said, at the end of the video, tell us what you said about your hair.
And when I am Prime Minister, I am going to have blue hair.
And do you really want to be the Prime Minister?
Nope.
What do you want to be?
An astronaut, a paleontologist, and a geologist.
Good for you. You are a smart girl. If you had a chance to talk to the real Prime Minister, what would you say to him about the environment?
I'd say you really have to stop the tar sands and carbon dioxide and things.
Yeah, it's a pretty big, situation, isn't it? Well, listen, you were a big hit on your videotape, and we really appreciate you joining us today. Thanks, Gillian.
Okay.
By the way, Dad kept his end of the bargain and helped Gillian build a cardboard castle in the family living room. Keith Wiley is deeply concerned about the environment and has a lot to say on the subject. So why not say it himself instead of putting his 7-year-old daughter on camera?
I thought I'd like to talk about the tar sands and about climate change. I thought, but who wants to look at me? I thought a better spokesperson would be my daughter Gillian, and I thought she'd be more effective at doing it than I was. And she's more interesting to look at than me, and it's a little intriguing that a young kid can talk about these things.
Besides, Keith Wiley says his daughter's future is at stake, with global warming and other environmental concerns expected to have the biggest impact on future generations. You'll hear more from the Wiley family tonight on the NewsHour. Nicola, even if Dad, and obviously he did, wrote that speech, she's a pretty bright young girl to be able to pull it off with such aplomb.
Well, and to be able to read a script at that age,
that's what
too.
I mean, for sure. Yeah.
I have one not that much younger, and I mean, she's pretty astute, but I don't think she could read a script like that.
Well, I guess it's all about getting the message out, and she got what she wanted. Build the castle in the living room.
There you go. It's always a trade-off. And